Welcome back to Life's a Bitch. Get a helmet. This is Fry. I wanted to take a moment and possibly re-record something I did over a year ago in my car and talk about embrace the suck. I don't know if you guys realize this, and it took me a moment to figure it out, but embrace the suck is supposed to be short term. At which point, I got really good at embracing the suck. The problem is, I lived in it for far too long. Because, we joined the army, and when shit hits the fan, you deal with it, and you get through it. And then there's another, and then there's another, and there's another. It's same aspect as weathering the storm. It's supposed to be short term. And for me, I didn't realize just how much there didn't seem to be an endpoint. So I was going through my divorce and realized I needed funds. We were trying to file without getting lawyers involved. And then one thing led to another. We needed lawyers. So we should have started with lawyers, and we didn't, but we ended correctly. During that suck of divorce, which I will say, compared to other horror stories that I have heard over the years, it could have been so much worse. But I still have a divorce story nonetheless. Also during that time, because I needed the funds, I started job hopping. And I took on a role that was a hostile work environment for a year and a half. And because of the divorce, I didn't realize it sooner. I mean, when you show up to work every day and want to throat punch someone, it's not a good thing, But here I am. I started this new job. I left the company I loved because I needed the money. I need to get a lawyer, I need to pay the monthly fees and keep up with my bills and we've all been there. So I got this new job, and it was a brand new property. It was considered a lease up, before the company sold it. And I was there a year before, after bitch moaning and complaining to my now wife and a good friend of mine for months about how I was being treated, and then just pushing it off. No, I'll be fine. I quit, and I put a month notice in, which actually turned into 3 weeks because I had annual training at that time. I'm a reservist, fucking tampon. Anyways, so I worked it to where I only had 3 more weeks. I left and went on my orders. When I came back, I had a new job. At which point, the week I put in my notice, there was no stress. I was completing tasks on time. I was getting everything done, no matter how much it was. Hey, here are the tasks. Hey, I need you to run over here. Hey, I need you to go here, go there, go here, go. I was on it. There was no stress. I was quitting, but I'm going to do a damn good job before I quit. And after a week, person in charge, and I'm sure the majority of whoever's listening understands a leader versus a person in charge. And this person in charge stopped doing the things they were doing, and there was a week of bliss. And at the end of that week, I got talked into staying. So I did. I stayed. And we were good for 2 months. For 2 whole months. And I was out front of the building. We had a small little flower bed in the front drive. It's an apartment building, it's upscale, high rise. And I'm watering the flowers, and my person in charge shows up. And they say, "You're not going to fix the flag?" As soon as I'm done here, I will. I have to go down to my shop. I've already taken care of the compactors. I typically start with the compactors and then walk the property and then water flowers. And that's the last thing I touch is the flag, if it needs it, because I'm right here. The phrase that was used was, and it's been a few years, been a couple years now, so it may not be exact, but it went along the lines of, "I can't believe a United States Army reservist would water flowers before fixing the American flag. That's property management 101. And I just smiled. I'm like, really? It's been 2 fucking months, and you're starting this shit again? Great. I will take care of that as soon as I'm done here. At which point, I embraced that suck. Again, the only difference was my divorce was final. I didn't have the stress of my divorce. I got what I asked for after a fight. Let's face it, 90% of divorces, no matter how good, there's a fight for it. At which point I got what I asked for. So I didn't have that stress. At which point I could take the time and actually realize which situation I am actually in. And the only way to describe it is you have a house where you got your family, you have another family, you both have kids, and your wife is bitching at you because our son and our daughter are doing XYZ, but I don't. And she's bitching because I'm not taking care of it. I'm not noticing. Well, I can't notice because I'm noticing the loud kid in the corner who's always yelling. They're the loudest in the house. I can't focus on what needs to happen because I'm distracted by the loudest thing in the house. You know, moms, here's another thing. Moms tend to drown people out. I can, but I usually get yelled at for that. At which point, it's the loudest noise. I have to stop the loudest noise. What is the number one thing that needs to be focused on before I can focus on this other thing that's annoying the fuck out of me? But this one is louder. And that's what my divorce and my job was. My divorce came first. I don't give a fuck what the hell I'm going through at work. I'm going through hell. I'm getting treated poorly. I'm having problems focusing at work because of how I'm being treated. And then I realized after another 3 months, I started job hunting again. It took 3 months for my wife and my buddy to say, "Hey, you're literally bitching, moaning, and complaining. It's almost 4 months now. It's time to quit. It's time to get another job because you're not happy. It's time to be happy. Hey, motherfucker, shut the fuck up." It finally clicked. With their help, it finally clicked because I was walking in every day considering throwing my keys in the person in charge's face and throw punching them, knowing full and well that's not the right thing to do. And that's when I embraced the suck correctly. I started embracing that suck correctly. Because embrace the suck and weathering the storm, there's an end point. You don't have to live in it. Why would you live in it? Because I'm an idiot? I mean, I've done that long enough. Are you done feeling like a piece of shit? Are you done feeling tired and drained and just unaccomplished because everything you touch seems to break now. Yeah, time to quit. Change it up. Do something else. So I did. And I started writing my resignation letter, at which point I needed help with, because I got to, who the fuck you think you are? Who the fuck do you think you are telling me? Stop. Call my buddy. And he's like, dude, you can't say this. Why the fuck you think I'm calling you? I need your help. At which point, with his help, I was able to communicate clearly what has been happening, what's been going on, and why I would rather go back to Iraq to get shot at and blown up than deal with this stupid fucking cunt. I found a way out of a bad situation. And there for a while, for many years, the reason I went through that year and a half of torment, honestly, is because I've been in and out of it my whole life. Yeah. We would start having marital problems in my first marriage. And it'd be an ebb and flow. Ebb and flow. That's a whole other bag of worms that I'm not willing to record about. Because I've made my peace with that. But you don't have to sit in one place. You don't have to sit and feel sad or angry or like a piece of shit all the fucking time. Which, when that happens, that's when you start talking to yourself and having full-blown conversations with people that are in your head. They're in your fucking head. You're having a full-blown conversation with somebody that's not even fucking present. I got tired and angry for wasting my time. So I made a decision. Yeah, it took some help from a couple special people to realize it was time. It's time to change. It's time to move on. It's time to say no again. So I did. And that 5-page resignation letter, it was so bad, I didn't even give it to the person in charge. I went above their head. Because I'm done dealing with this person. Because even if I give it to this person, they're going to turn around on me. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not dealing with it. So I sent an email. And I made sure to attach, it was in my work email, and I made sure to attach it, CC my personal email. Said, hey, I'm quitting. Here's why. Which depicted every situation beautifully. Let's put it this way, I was on the phone with an earbud talking to my sister in a vacant apartment, doing a job, painting, doing some touch-ups. Someone was about to move in. I'm in there. That's my job. That's what I do. I love doing it. Anyways, I'm standing on a ladder, doing my little touch-ups, talking to my sister because, I can work and talk at the same time. And over the radio, this person in charge starts asking me in a tone that is not radio etiquette, where am I at and why haven't I gotten this done or that done? And my sister, who's listening, who can hear, starts telling me why she talking to my little brother like that. What the fuck is her problem? I'm gonna whoop her fucking ass. Don't be talking to my little brother. Like, my sister started going off. I need to come up there and whoop that bitch's ass? No, sis, I got it. No, sis, I got it. No, sis, I'm good. No, you're not. You don't need to be talking to my little brother like that. It is what it is, It was that bad that I didn't notice how my life is. It's not how my life is. They were just a person in charge who acted as if they were a leader but didn't fully comprehend how much they were not a leader. But the point is, and I believe I've said this, embracing the suck, weathering the storm, is short term. When you go out into the field and you know you have an end date, you know you're going to get shit on, you're going to get rained on, you're going to get dirty, and you embrace that suck because, well, I got friends here. We're going to go fuck some shit up. We're going to have a good time doing it. Higher ups are going to ride our asses. We're going to get done what they want done. We may get yelled at because we went a little too far. Or we may get yelled at because we told them no. Whatever. But we're going to embrace the suck. And we're going to have so much fun because I got you with me. It's a little different when you're at home without your battle. And I mentioned, I was talking to my wife and a buddy during that time period. That was my connection. I just didn't realize it. I just thought I was fucking alone. We don't have to do it alone. We can reach out and say, hey, I don't want to admit it, but I need help. I've been trying to embrace the suck, but I don't see an ending yet. I don't see an out. And the one I have been in the position where I saw an out. It was not the right out. It's not the route to go. That's the easy way. Make sure you are talking to someone. Reach out. Like, yeah, we're all busy, but you can always reach out. And for those of you that know me, you already know. If you have my number, you can reach me. You can text me, call me, message me, something. Because I know what it's like to feel absolutely defeated and absolutely alone. And those of you that have reached out, thank you. It warms my heart that you do. You can embrace the suck to get through some shit. Just make sure that shit doesn't last forever. And if it seems like it's never ending, take control. Start planning to change it, because you don't have to stay there. Not at all. You deserve to be happy, just like anybody else. Thank you guys for listening. As always, life's a bitch. Get home.